Hiya. You'll have to excuse me. I'm a bag of rags and I've not got my face on. I wasn't going to do one. And then I thought, no, if you don't do it, you'll look back and you'll say, there's another thing you didn't keep up. So here I am. Happy Sunday, everyone. Hello. What have I got to tell you this week? Not a great deal. I say that every week, don't I? But that's because it's true. Being a teacher in an international school in a foreign land is kind of like being a teacher in a normal place. Normal's the wrong word. In a British school in Britain, only with better weather. So, yeah, my weeks are pretty much the same. Although this has been a good year. It has been a good year. I've got 3 weeks left and I'm starting to get a bit sentimental now. Like, I'm going to miss everyone and, I'm going to miss the sunshine. But there you go. Yeah, so work is a little fraught at the moment in terms of we have an enormous amount of water pistols in the office at the moment, all of which have been confiscated from small people who thought it was a really good idea to bring them into school because suddenly it's 32 degrees every day, it's warm, and they think having massive water fights is a really good idea, which, if they want to get piss wet through at break and lunchtime, fair enough, but I really do object to finding people brandishing water pistols in my classroom. I'm thinking about getting one of those big Nerf super soakers and just taking one of those in and saying, right, now try it, So yeah, work's been work. It is really hot. It's not reached its zenith yet. I don't know if I'll be here for that. I remember when I came, what was that, mid to late August? It was about 37 every day for the first few weeks I was here. It's 31, 32 most days now. And it's lovely, but it's that, like that Alicante airport thing. I don't know if anybody else calls it an Alicante airport thing. When I was a kid, we went abroad once in my early childhood. We went to Benidorm and we got off the plane and I still remember it 40 odd years later, like taking a breath and going, the air is warm. So I always call it Alicante airport air. It's like that. So yeah, been to work, been back again, tried dragging my table out onto the balcony, dragging it back in again. I'm going to just leave it where it is now in the room because it's kind of breaking a little bit, which is okay because it's my table. I bought it. It's not the landlord's table, but I don't really want it to crash to pieces with my laptop on it because I'm, fond of my laptop and have laptop, can work, will travel. So mostly in the evenings, just been marking. I had a facial massage, which I didn't particularly feel strongly about, but Nadia did. So her latest gift to me is a lady who came round to my apartment and gave me a facial massage for 45 minutes, which was really lovely. Only massages make you go a bit like gippy and like, oh, really tired now. And as soon as she'd gone, I just had to jump back on my computer to meet my quota. So I was like marking exam papers going, feel a bit odd. But it was very nice. Apparently she's coming again because she has to do it more than once. If it gets me out of having a chemical peel, I'm good with it. Or Botox or, major surgery or anything like that, I'll go for it. Friday night, went round to see John and Varany and the kids. That was nice because John finished work last week. His contract ended and he's not renewing it. Him and Varany are going to go back to Sri Lanka, which is nice. And that was lovely because I went to the bank where Chipmunk Girl is now so expert in doing foreign transfers that she was training somebody else to do it. And then they live in the bank building, so I just went straight upstairs afterwards, took them some beer and crisps. It was really nice because as soon as I walked through the door, little Millie, who's like my Bezzy mate, she's 3, came flying towards me at 900 miles an hour, told me she loved me. Cute. Yes, I've got an open invitation to go to Sri Lanka anytime I want, which is nice. Just have to save up the airfare. So yeah, we just sat on John's balcony, having a couple of beers, watching the car crash that happened downstairs. It's funny down there because it is busy, and it's not the first time I've done it, but you hear this screech and crunch, and we all just leap up and start hanging over the balcony to watch them. And they get really cross with each other, and they kind of get to a point where they're face to face. They're in the middle of the road and everyone's driving around them, and then they start rolling their sleeves up or taking their jacket off, and they're like at each other. And then eventually they kind of slap each other's chests and have a laugh about the fact they've just totaled each other's cars. So that was Friday night. Came home, got myself to bed because I was a little bit trolleyed. And then Saturday I marked all day, and we went ahead with Nadia's wonderful plan to go to the Hilton. Right, I'm not saying it wasn't nice. It was nice. Was it 55 manat for a sharing platter that only had a few bits of food on it nice? Probably not. But it was lovely outside, great view. As soon as this show, because we're looking at the menu, I've put it on a video, and we were like, oh my God, look at these prices. The cocktail wasn't too bad. It was like 20 manat, but even that, it's a lot more expensive than you pay in a normal bar. But we just couldn't quite believe what we were seeing. And in the end, Nadia said, well, that says it's for sharing. Let's just get that between us, and we'll just have had like a bit of a snack. So we got it, and it came, and it had like 2 cheese sticks, 2 bits of chicken, 2 prawns, 2 calamari rings, and a little bag of chips. And we were like, oh my God, that's like nearly 30 quid they've charged us for that. So we're saying, oh, well, it's okay. We'll just get kebab on the way home. And Nadia's like, no, I want to see the manager. And me and Kayla are absolutely mortified. We're going, Nadia, please, not the manager, because she does this all the time. And she said, just you two, just don't speak. Don't speak. Let me do the speaking. So she asked for the manager. This lady came over. She said, oh, the manager's not available, which is interesting because we saw him about another 4 times after that. I think he was just cowardly. What's the problem? And she said, we're 3 ladies. There are only 2 prawns on this plate. And she's like, oh, well, it does say in the menu. She said, no, it doesn't. It says sharing platter. 2 prawns, 3 ladies. What are you going to do about that? And she just would not stop going on about 2 prawns and 3 ladies until eventually, like this girl, I don't know who she was, assistant manager or whatever, she said, I'll note your complaints. And Nadia's saying, I go to Hiltons all over the world, and I've never seen one as expensive as this. And most of them, you get more than 2 prawns. And she does go to Hiltons all over the world. She's got a friend who she goes on holiday with 3-4 times a year, and they always stay in a Hilton. And she's like, I've just come back from Antalya. I stayed in the Hilton Resort. You got more than 2 prawns there. So eventually the waiter, who was dead sweet, and he was going, please don't leave us a negative review because it gets me into trouble. And we were saying, well, no, you're really sweet. We like you. We're not going to say anything bad about you, just, 2 prawns. And he's like, no, because we're a team, and I should have told you when you ordered it that it was only 2 prawns. So he gave us a free pot of tea and some baklava for pudding. So that was nice. But I wouldn't go again. It wasn't that brilliant. We were in the lift, and as soon as we started talking, this fella turned out to be English. And he said, oh, what are you ladies doing here? Are you on holiday? And I said, no, we live here. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to say that for much longer. I live here. And he told us that he was part of a rally called the Peking to Paris Rally, which was all sorts of classic cars and old cars going from Peking to Paris, obviously. And there was a display on Boulevard. So once we'd finished our free baklava, we went down there and had a look at all the classic cars and the old cars. And that was pretty cool. And then we said, oh, let's just stop for a quick drink before we go. And we stopped. I'm not kidding. There must be 150 cafes on Boulevard. And we chose the only one that didn't have anything to drink. And we asked, Nadia asked the waiter, like, what have you got? Do you do cocktails? Do you do wine? He said, we've got beer. We're like, all right, yeah, we'll have a couple of beers. And then we sat there for about another 10, 15 minutes putting the world to rights, no beer. And then the owner came along and he said to Nads in Russian, we're really sorry, there's been a slight delay, but your drinks are coming. And the waiter said to him, and neither of them had any idea that Kayla is Azeri. The waiter said to him in Azeri, we haven't got any beer. That's why I've not brought it. And he was like, well, don't tell them that, just lie. We'll get some from somewhere at some point. So we were like, yeah, you're all right, we'll go. Made our way home, dropped Nads in a taxi. Me and Kayla walked back up to 28 May. Kayla got on the bus. I finished walking off home. And And then I had a really late night because it was like nearly 10 o'clock when I got home. I'm normally in bed by then. So I had a glass of wine, watched a bit of YouTube, and I didn't wake up till 9:30 this morning, which is unheard of for me. So yeah, and I've spent the whole day marking, which is why I look a bit wretched. But I'm getting there. I am definitely getting there. I've broken the back of it. I'm halfway there, assuming I don't get any extras. And they swear this year that we're going to have enough examiners, so we'll see. So that's me. Yeah, I just thought I'd put something together because I feel like I should, so that my mum knows I'm all right. I know she always tunes in to watch this, and Zoe does as well. Hiya, Zoe. So yeah, that's it. Next week we're going to, I think, either the beach or the TV tower that's next to the Flame Towers. Not sure which, but we're definitely becoming tea time people because it's just too hot to go out for lunch. It's absolutely boiling. And it's forecast the same this week. So I'm very sorry to everyone in the UK because my husband informs me it's 12 degrees in Longridge today. So apologies for that. It's not my fault, but I'm sorry anyway. You know, sympathy, that kind of thing. Anyway, I'm rattling. So I will speak to everybody soon and take care. 3 more weeks and I'll be on my way home. Peace out. See, this is the high point of being at yours, is like how many road traffic accidents can we have in the course of an evening?
Yeah. Where's the copper?
They were just keep clogging the roads up, lads.
Could be one on every street corner.
Oh, there is a copper on every street corner. They've all just gone in the other direction, so they don't have to deal with this.
No, they're not going to drop. They're not going to. Oh!
Meanwhile, on 28 May.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Tell you what makes me love about this place sometimes, right? I remember the first time I came out here, I thought it's been a year and a half ago.
And they're still there. No, it doesn't matter how many times I look at these prices, they're still making my eyes water.
You believe it?
Yeah, this is one of those things you've got to video because you can't quite believe what you see. I feel like we shouldn't eat it because we should just preserve it as a work of art or something. Interview.
Çok teşekkür ederiz. Alkışlar lazım. Sizi çok fazla geçen kendisinden bir yerde okuyoruz. Olmasın. Kimseyi tanımadım ben, senden daha özel. Kimseye takmadım, ölsem değişmem. Kimseyi görmedim ben, sizden daha güzel. Senden daha güzel. Senden daha güzel. Senden daha güzel. We will rock you. Body on a young man, hard man, sitting in the sweet gonna get you some piss someday. You got a blood on your face. Leave this way, somebody. You really already roll the place. We will rock you.
Under the wild excitement of being out after 8 p.m.
Что алкоголь?
What